Okay, so once we've got our stencil, now we need to dot the stencil so that as we're microblading, we don't lose the shape that we want. So to dot, I want us to pull that skin nice and tight. We want to dot right on the line, not above, not below, right on the line. So just get that skin nice and tight. And it doesn't have to be a heavy, dark dot. You just want to dot really thinly right along that stencil that you just drew. Now I don't dot down, but you absolutely can if you want to. Make sure that the dot on the lower line is further in than the dot on the upper line. You don't want your dot on the upper line to be further in because then your line is going to come this way and they'll look angry. You want the lines to come outwards. So we're going to dot this line. This way, once my pencil's gone, I have my Sharpie dots to guide me. Now I know exactly where I don't want to come outside of. So now that we've got our stencil, we need to go and numb. So we're going to gently exfoliate the inside of the stencil. Not hard, just gently exfoliate. Now the reason we exfoliate the skin, if we were to just use cream numb, it technically takes 90 minutes to activate. So we break the skin just barely. We do a layer of liquid numb. Then we do a layer of cream numb. Then we put our saran wrap to get that occlusion so it heats up and penetrates. 20 minutes later, they feel nothing. I've never had a client feel anything. So we're going to go ahead and exfoliate the skin. Go ahead and turn this way for me. I do a 3-point hold. So my middle finger, I'm going to push. I'm going to pull back with my thumb. And I'm going to use the knuckle on my right hand to do my third stretch. So 1, 2, 3. So now that I have that skin nice and tight, I'm just going to barely exfoliate the brow. My movement is just barely picking up, barely, using the middle of those needles to exfoliate the skin. It should feel like you're plucking, like you're tweezing their eyebrow hairs. If they are feeling anything more than that, you're going too deep. Chloe, does it feel like I'm just tweezing you? Mm-hmm. You don't want to go over an area more than one time. Notice I move down a line and then go to my next spot. Move down a line, go to my next spot. I'm not bouncing all around the brow. Once that's done, I take one of these microfiber tips and some liquid numb and I go right in between those dots. Now you don't want to get this on the dots because you don't want to rub them off. So right in between. Then I do my next side, which ones you don't have to get if you can. So once I've exfoliated, take that liquid numb, go right in between my Sharpie dots. This is the same process whether it's a touch-up or a new. Then you're going to take some of your cream numb. I don't want you to smear it all over, I just want you to dab it. Don't rub it because we don't want to mess up these dots. So just cover the area by patting it, not rubbing, just patting it. Once you have cream all over, you're going to take a tiny piece of saran wrap, not a big chunky piece, a tiny piece, nice and tight. You want that occlusion, so you want to suction it to that brow. Cover both sides. 2 separate pieces, not one long piece. You don't want it to bubble up. Now, once you've done that, you're going to set your timer for 20 minutes.